Right, we're underway. Back for another video on sovereignty. So, I want to address sovereignty again today, and this whole notion of whether you can be sovereign or not, and who really is sovereign. And it's going to be a very quick video today, hopefully. So, hopefully, anybody that's looking at this, that's just getting into this kind of stuff, won't have too hard of a time listening to me waffle on for too long. So, sovereignty. The first problem we've got is we've got a lot of, there is a definition in the dictionary you can go and look up. Ruler of the land, supreme ruler of the land, usually attached to a monarch or something, or a head of state. Okay, that's what we think of sovereign. Okay, it's a good definition, but if we think about, the Queen as being a sovereign, is she really a sovereign? And she's not really, because there's something ruling her that rules everything else. So she's not really sovereign. And then you have to ask the question, do all her subjects expressly give her full reign of power? And the answer is probably no there as well. I mean, if you went to the Queen and said, I give you all power to do whatever over me, you'd be pretty upset if she turned around and chopped your head off for no reason, wouldn't you? But that's the kind of power you're giving her. So this idea of somebody like that being sovereign, again, is wrong, but that's the accepted that's the way it's accepted in this reality. Okay, jumping back to everybody else, whether you can be sovereign, well, you are sovereign over your own body. Your body has collected up all these elements from the environment and has created this body. The claim is in front of you. The claim is the body. You can't deny it. It's there. It's physical. It's in front of everybody else, for everybody else to see. They've not claimed those elements, and your soul has taken possession of that body. So your soul has sovereignty over the body. My arm's moving. I'm telling my arm to move up and down. You have. I'm telling my mouth to move. I have sovereignty over my actions. Over I rule my own body. So sovereignty in that sense is, it's fine. If you're going to say I'm sovereign over my own body, that's wonderful. The issue becomes when we start getting into whether you can be sovereign within the world with other sovereigns. Because the fact of the matter is, everybody's equal, but we can't be equal sovereigns, can we? Because a sovereign is a supreme ruler. So we're back into the idea of like being a citizen and being sovereign. It's nonsense, as is being an equal sovereign among other men. Okay, you're not. You are sovereign of your own body. Okay, but that doesn't give you equal sovereignty over anybody else's body, does it? You're just sovereign over your own body. Okay, so that's as far as sovereignty can go for a man. Okay, I don't know if that upsets some people or not, but it's just fact. That's as far as sovereignty can go. Who really is sovereign over the earth? And call it different names, but I like to stick with nature. God, nature, consciousness. That is the supreme ruler of the earth. There's no denying it. I mean, old Queenie can say she's sovereign, but she can walk outside the door and get struck by lightning, and is she sovereign over the earth? No. Over people, subjects, maybe. Over subjects, I'd say maybe. But even then, you know, if you were to ask somebody, if there was to be full disclosure, they wouldn't be given a supreme sovereignty. Not supreme sovereignty. Okay, and then so we get into lesser levels of sovereignty. Well, it's not really sovereign anymore, is it? It's just a color of sovereignty, if you like, not true sovereignty. So that being said, can a government even be sovereign? No, because in order for a government to be sovereign, number one, they've got to have 100% agreement between all men, and then that agreement's got to be maintained. You know, if somebody changes their mind on something, all of a sudden the government's not sovereign anymore. So, is a government or a state truly sovereign? And that the answer to that is no. It's a color of sovereignty again. But of course, they won't allow you to have a color of sovereignty when you talk about being a sovereign citizen, because technically you could be a sovereign citizen if you were to turn around and say, look, this group of people have given me the this is our little bit of land, and this is our group, and the people have turned around and made me supreme leader of them. Okay, and I stick to the rules as well. So I'm technically, as I would technically be the sovereign citizen of that community. But you know, you gets into swings and roundabouts, because you're all, you know, it all comes down to definition, and there can only really be one true sovereign of the earth, and of course that is nature. You're not really truly sovereign over your body. You don't really truly have the ultimate say, because the ultimate say comes down to nature, whether nature wants to starve you or feed you or keep you warm or give you water, or that's where the ultimate rule comes down to. But you're underneath that a little bit. Anyway, a good video, I think, under 10 minutes. Hopefully that explains something to some people. You know, this idea of governments being sovereign is nonsense. This idea of people being sovereign amongst other people has to be taken with a pinch of salt. You have to realize what that actually means, and that means just sovereignty over your own body, over the own matter that makes up your own body, within your own body. Outside of that, you're not sovereign. Okay, you're an equal. Okay, which is a good thing. You know, it's not a good idea to have people that are sovereign over other people. Okay, you can have that. You can have a situation where people give their sovereignty to somebody else, but to truly give your sovereignty means that you truly give everything. And again, you don't really truly own the matter that makes your body. You've got claim to it now, but you don't really truly own that matter. So to give sovereignty to somebody else is really a false idea. And also, you've got to remember, if you do that, then you're really and truly at the whim of that other person that has the ultimate sovereignty. Because if they're going to have ultimate sovereignty, then they have the power to do anything over you. Okay, the idea of a government being sovereign and then giving them a set of rules, you know, the Constitution to abide by, means that they're not really sovereign, doesn't it? You know, they can only enforce the rules that you've given them. You know, so a government is not even truly sovereign. because it derives its sovereignty from the people, which only give the government a certain amount of that power. So it all gets into quite a grey area when it comes down to who's sovereign and who's not sovereign. And all you need to really remember is that the only thing that's really sovereign is nature, is God. Consciousness is the by chance happening that is occurring now. That's the only thing that's truly sovereign. And of course, to a lesser extent, you within your own body. Okay, you have sovereignty over your own body. Okay, when we put the upper limit on what you're sovereign over, then you can be sovereign over your own body. That's it. Thanks for watching. I hope this will help somebody. Like, subscribe, hate, whatever. Leave a comment. Share this video. If it'll help somebody else, that's the point of it. This is really, hopefully, educational. It's not supposed to be entertainment, even though I look a bit odd. And I occasionally do have a little joke. It's really supposed to help people. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye!